Plot twists are of course commonplace in all storytelling mediums, but they can hit way harder in games when you spend potentially dozens, even hundreds of hours getting to the end of a story, only to be hit with a shocking reveal that makes you rethink everything. Not all plot twists are created equal though, and it goes without saying that some either don't work or just too damn predictable, and everyone sees them coming a mile off. I'm Scott from WhatCulture.com, and these are 10 video game plot twists everyone saw coming. Notable newer games mentioned include Death Stranding 2 on the Beach and Dark Pictures' Anthology Little Hope. Please check the description for more details. Number 10. Jason Todd is the Arkham Knight. Batman Arkham Knight. The moment that the first trailer dropped for Batman Arkham Knight and revealed the antagonist known as the Arkham Knight, many Bat fans predicted that they would turn out to be none other than Jason Todd. For one, the Arkham Knight appeared to have many parallels with Todd's own story in the classic Under the Red Hood comic arc, and honestly it was just tough to picture any other notable Batman character actually making sense. Rocksteady tried to throw fans off the scent by promising that the Arkham Knight was an entirely new character, but most of us just weren't having it, instead remaining firm in their conviction that we knew what was up. Indeed, the Arkham Knight was ultimately revealed to be Jason Todd, with such a smack you over the head, yep, duh, obviousness, that most fans seem to just wonder why Rocksteady bothered making it a surprise at all. Number 9. It's all in the bus driver's head. The Dark Pictures Anthology, Little Hope. Little Hope was a massive letdown, primarily because its big reveal was such a dull rehash of the same tired plot twist horror movies have been dining on for decades at this point. Players take control of 4 college students and their professor after their bus crashes in the ghost town of Little Hope, but it's eventually revealed that one of the 4 students, Andrew, is actually Anthony, the bus driver, and the rest are figments of his imagination. Basically, Anthony hallucinated the whole story after accidentally detouring into Little Hope, the same town where, in his childhood, he survived a house fire which killed his family. This was ludicrously easy to peg from the very start of the game though, if you were paying attention. For starters, when Anthony drives into Little Hope, we never actually see the vehicle's passengers, and then once the passengers wake up from the crash, he's mysteriously vanished. If you've seen the movie Identity for one, there's a good chance you'll see precisely where this is going in the first 20 minutes. Number 8. Ichiban is Arakawa's son. Yakuza Like a Dragon. Later on in Yakuza Like a Dragon, we learn that new protagonist Ichiban Kasuga is actually the son of crime boss Masumi Arakawa, and Arakawa's son Masato is actually the biological son of Yakuza captain Joe Sawashiro. As babies, Ichiban and Masato were abandoned in coin lockers on the same day, and when Arakawa went back to retrieve his son from the locker, he picked up Masato by mistake, leaving Ichiban to be adopted by Jiro Kasuga. And while you might not fully predict the wild coin locker switcheroo, it isn't hard to suspect something fishy about the relationship between Ichiban and Arakawa from early on. Arakawa leaves Ichiban for dead after shooting him, but doesn't confirm the kill, which is either insanely sloppy or absolutely intentional, as it turns out to be. Then there's the fact Arakawa is almost weirdly warm towards Ichiban at certain times, as though the game is tipping its hand to players, giving you a further heads up of what's coming. Number 7. Nicole was dead the whole time. Dead Space. Dead Space's big twist is that protagonist Isaac Clarke's girlfriend Nicole is dead for the entirety of the game, having previously killed herself to avoid becoming a necromorph. Every apparent in-person interaction Isaac has with Nicole is a hallucination, induced by the extraterrestrial monolith known as the Marker. Now, one easy way you can figure this out beforehand is by reading a list of the game's chapters and seeing that the first letter of each spells out the phrase Nicole is dead. Beyond this, the game hammers home the idea of hallucinations enough that when we see Nicole looking strangely pristine considering all the death around her, it immediately gives an off vibe. Then there's the fact she repeatedly says the very odd phrase "make us whole again," which doesn't exactly suggest a person who is their best self physically or mentally. 2023's Dead Space remake made Nicole's true nature even more obvious through Isaac's now voiced interactions with her, enough that it can't be that much of a surprise playing now. Number 6. Your son is Father, Fallout 4. When players come face to face with Father, aka the leader of the Institute near the end of Fallout 4, it's revealed that he is in fact your son Sean, who was kidnapped from cryostasis 60 years earlier. Because video games. But this one's spelt out pretty blatantly for players if you're paying just a little bit of attention. Above all else, we know that the player is put back into stasis following Sean's abduction for an indeterminate period, making it clear that Sean will likely be considerably older when we next meet him. Given that Sean's whereabouts is the central mystery of the game, it simply makes sense that instead of a soppy reunion between father and son, he'd be the bait-and-switch antagonist instead. Still, it's fun to see the twist play out, and Bethesda have never really been one for watertight, unguessable plot reveals, but where large, unaccounted-for passages of time are concerned, always assume you're being played. Number 5. Venom Snake isn't Big Boss. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. The first of 2 Hideo Kojima games on this list, with the mind-melting plot twist in Metal Gear Solid 5 that the player character Venom Snake wasn't actually Big Boss at all. Instead, Venom Snake is the combat medic who was on board the chopper with Big Boss, which crashed at the end of the Ground Zero's prologue release. Through plastic surgery and hypnotherapy, the medic was turned into a Big Boss decoy who we unknowingly play as for the entire game. Still, an impressive amount of fans actually guessed this, pointing to the fact that the game lets you customize Snake's face at the very beginning for use in Metal Gear Online, only to of course revert to Big Boss's likeness for the main story. Then there's the fact that in Ground Zeroes, the combat medic sounds like Kiefer Sutherland with a slightly pitched down voice because it is Sutherland who voices both the medic and Big Boss. Lastly, on the chopper, you'll faintly see the reflection of your own custom character's face whenever Venom Snake is peering out the window. Even though this twist was shockingly ridiculous even for Kojima, he left enough of a breadcrumb trail in the early going that many figured it out dozens of hours before the shoe dropped for real. Number 4, Yosef is the big bad, Astral Chain. First up, Astral Chain absolutely slaps and you should go play it. Nowhere near enough people have played this game. It's eventually revealed that support character Yosef Calvert is actually the big bad of 2019's cult classic action-adventure Astral Chain. Yosef's ultimate goal is to absorb all remaining life on Earth and duly become a god, but it seems just about everyone saw Yosef's heel turn coming a mile away. Even in the earlier chapters, Yosef carries himself in an ominous enough way where it feels like his villainy is only sparsely contained, aided by cutscene direction that tends to frame him from a pretty sinister perspective. On top of this, Jenna even straight up warns you that he's a liar who will do anything in the pursuit of his sick ambition. It's so obvious that you couldn't really be blamed for expecting a third act rug pull where Yosef isn't the ultimate antagonist. Regardless, it's played totally straight and Platinum pointed it out with a neon signpost from the jump. Number 3, Jill is the Bird Lady, Resident Evil 5. The Resident Evil franchise really doesn't like killing off characters for good, and so few fans bought into Capcom's claim that the legendary Jill Valentine had been killed off-screen before RE5. Even though the marketing focused on Jill's grave and Capcom even took out a glossy magazine ad showing Chris kneeling, it was howlingly obvious that Capcom was giving fans the workaround. It didn't help that one trailer showed a woman waking up out of stasis, and while some fans thought she might be Sherry Birkin, the stone cold consensus was that we were looking at an alive and well Jill. Capcom couldn't let what remained of the mystery lie, because in the game's final trailer they showcased a sequence where Wesker started to unmask the mysterious Bird Lady character while telling Chris he thought he'd be happy to see her. I mean, really, who the hell else could it really be at that point? Number 2, Tomorrow is Lou, Death Stranding 2 on the beach. The moment Elle Fanning's Tomorrow showed up in the marketing for Death Stranding 2 on the beach, many fans predicted that she would in fact turn out to be the adult version of Sam's adopted daughter Lou somehow. And while playing the game, it seems so hilariously obvious that Tomorrow is an older Lou that you might suspect it's a troll from Hideo Kojima who's gonna reveal all over time. Instead, what you see is what you get, and in the last few hours of the game, Higgs finally confirms what we all largely already knew, that Tomorrow is indeed a grown-up Lou, and that's that. Lou is actually Sam's biological daughter through a time-bending process involving the Deus Ex Machina plot device that is the beach in this series, but at least we got some awesome action cutscenes with Tomorrow cleaning house to make up for it. And number 1, Mythos is Yggdrasil, Tales of Symphonia. Early on in Tales of Symphonia, players cross paths with a half-elven youth who shares the same name as the mythologized legendary hero Mythos. Later, it's revealed that Mythos went on to become the villainous Crux's leader Yggdrasil, and you can probably guess where this one's going. Indeed, it turns out that the Mythos we've been dealing with is Yggdrasil, and if you followed the most obvious logical path of least resistance, there's a good chance you arrived at that conclusion before the game did. After all, despite many reminders that Mythos is a common boy's name, the only one we meet in the game bears a passable resemblance to Yggdrasil, and so by invoking Occam's razor, it isn't hard to reason what might be coming. Beyond this, Mythos tends to show up just when something pivotal happens, and let's be honest, the mysterious youngster is actually the secret big bad JRPG trope is as old as time itself.